Hey Astro, what up, G? Hi, Paul to you as well, Astro. Hi, Paul to you. Yo, Ben, how you doing? Why is the chat? Hmm. Uh, yes. So we've mostly made our construction blueprint for the light to give it some master controls, and then we're gonna try and look at if we can make some buttons for various things. How are you guys doing on another Thursday? Packing up at the moment, heading down to Cornwall. Oh, nice. Enjoy. Not too bad, not too bad. Yeah, but it's been a busy. Last 2 weeks have been quite busy. I'll be chilling out a lot more the next 2 weeks. Still somewhat busy, but chilling out a bit more. Um, oh, is my Unreal freezing? Yo, Leah. So at the moment, we've got most of the things in place. I want to add a few more little things, but we've got, our two sort of controls that we're slowly adding to the ability to turn off all lights on a master, which changes the cone, but it doesn't matter right now because it turns off anyway. So that does that. We have a flicker, which and then we can enable and disable the various lights that go with the emissive and change these settings as well. So we just need to add a few more controls in here, but it's almost there. Guess what? What am I guessing? I notice we need to add some cast shadow ability in here. Uh, for practice, yeah, I guess we should add a cast shadow ability in here, even though yeah, let's do that. They say you're an owl. Why am I an owl? What am I missing? Is this some sort of zoomer trap? What's going on? Or maybe my brain isn't engaged to think of what you're trying to troll me with. Explain. Explain to the boomer. What am I missing? They say you're an owl. Hmm. To which person is an owl? Are you saying I identify as an owl? I'm not sure if my identification is an owl. So what are you like? What we trying to say? What do owls have to do with me? Oh, this is the bulb light. Yeah, I've been watching some of your videos past few months. Beneficial to get insight. Welcome, Yelta. Good to see you. I've just finished up third year of uni. Do you have any advice? Um, it depends, Yelta. Like, what are you trying to do? Like, what are you trying to break in as? What country are you in? Are you willing to work anywhere? Or are you locked into place? Have you tried to apply to things at the moment? Just give us like a mini audit of what you've done. They say you are one, Elliot. I am an owl. I mean, all right. Kind of sus, but I'll take it. Owls are kind of cool. Hey, nice. Not that we'd ever want shadows on a point light right now, but I think it's good practice to have this in. To all of you in the chat, this is all I have to say to you. You ain't gonna get me. I am the master of trolling. You tried. You failed. You played yourself. I am the king trout of the cat clan. You don't think I know? You don't think I know? They say you're an owl. Who? Come on. I created the owl. 1-0 to me, stream. Try again next time. Amateurs. Amateurs over here. Just kittens. Absolute kittens in this community. Environment artists in the UK. Been looking around for internships or junior. Um, really depends on your portfolio. I don't know if you have a link to your portfolio. I'm kind of chilling today with blueprints. So I don't mind having a quick look. Just at initial impressions of like within 10 seconds, right? What impression it gives me. Ben, you're a super boomer. What are you on about? You can't troll me, Ben. I'm untrollable. You more than anyone should know this. I know your PC specs. 4070. Don't really remember the processor. Doesn't really matter if you want to make games, to be honest. I made all my portfolio on a GTX 1080 to get back into the industry. So, but any RTX series nowadays, if you really wanted to get something, would be good. Like if you had the money for it, 64 gigs of RAM is probably a solid one to go for. I would never troll the threat of a suplex. See, he knows. Hi, how are you? Since your last stream, my team switched to Unreal 5, and now I try to learn it as fast as possible. Now I'm basically in charge of the whole project. Hey, congrats. Good luck. That sounds cool. Lots to audit, it sounds like. I've never felt so much pressure even as a pro athlete. Game development is a lot harder than I imagined. Hey, don't worry, Tiny Timmy. That's being in the uncomfortable situation, or the one that has to like own a level or own a team to pursue a certain technique or technology. You will learn so much from that. So it's good to have that pressure to. That's how you're going to build the skill. That's why I'm learning Blueprint because I've never done it before and may as well get some basic understanding of it and just sharpen the skills, right? Yo, Renzo, how do? Mixing up, get and set every time. Oh, I remember. Yes, because we disconnected that thing earlier. Makes sense. You can make subcategories in the Blueprint variables by naming the categories, cast light settings, subcategory name. How do you mean? Because I have some categories here, right? But is it different to what you're saying? Cast light settings, subcategory name. Interesting. Now I literally started learning Blueprint like on. I don't think I've ever used Blueprint in all this time, so I started learning it on Monday. Oh, really? Interesting. As our shadow options. Oops, wrong guy. Cool. Can you help me decide on what kind of system in-house creation for games should I use? My references. Oh, I have no idea. No idea to me. My best advice is to just research and test heavily. That's what pre-production is for. It's not just a one-person job as well, right? You need technical people in on it. You need programming, even game director. Now, if you're making a game in Lumen, you need lots of windows. Otherwise, you're going to suffer. So there's lots of considerations to make, right? It takes months, this sort of stuff. Can't. It's not just a one thing solution, sadly. What have you guys been up to this week? Anything eventful? I see your message, Ben. I'll check that out. Thank you very much. Almost doing my game. It's a mini. Oh, nice shadows. Sick. That sounds awesome. I'll put this on the side so you don't get a flashing light in your eyes. Okay, what is this? Aha, okay. Interesting. I think a texture would be better. Sign, yes, the usual way. All right, I think that's, let's see, shadows, volumetric shadows. The first version of that is good to go, which means let's see if we can do any sort of basic EUWs, which I've never used before, but is going to be good to know the basics of. Stack box layout panel for automatically laying child widgets out. A table like panel that retains the width of every column. Let's put some new music on. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. Right. So my usual method is just to wing things and then look at documentation. Let's do a mix of both. Now, what type of puzzle game? Horror puzzle, adventure puzzle. What's the lowdown? Stack box hierarchy, stack box text. Oh, okay. This is all grid based. This is going to be pretty cool. Not gonna lie. No offset. Shadow is cast. There it is. Trunk tools. I should just link this to like a Rickroll. All right, so we have text. We have text. We have text. Wow. So you can put like sliders in. Man, I know the things I want to make. So as soon as I get get an understanding of this, which I know won't take long because I remember JV, awesome lighting artist, he started learning it at BM and he added to it over time, but he got up and running pretty quick. I want to say like a few weeks, a week or two. So he is JV is the main inspiration for this guy, my old lead. So yeah, he made all this stuff, and he learned it pretty quickly. So that's what I like about visual scripting. It's pretty like friendly um, to get over. So yeah, we're gonna aim to make miniature versions of this with the things that I've always wanted to do, like copying blueprints, V modes, buggets, all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I'm starting from ground zero with the EUW. So you get to see the bare bones me trying to figure shit out. But yeah, we will. The stream on June 5th is going to be returning to environment art because we're currently doing some freelance stuff, but our main freelance job starts uh, in early June, which means we don't have to do lighting stuff on stream anymore. We go back to Blender and Substance Designer and all that sort of stuff. So the editor utility button is a good next step. Then you can add events to make them do things. Okay. Okay, yeah, so this is more of a title. It's not that I can turn that into a thing. So let's sort this out then, shall we? Editor utility button. So let's discover why I cannot move this freely within this table. Let's get some documentation up. Also, all backseating is welcomed. Dude, the week 2 and 3 Blender backseating was insane. But it's always welcomed to new skills. Also, why did these come in so stretched? I know they're matching the bounds, but did I make the wrong type of table at the beginning? Get text as a child of a button, add your pretty labels. Okay. All of the layout boxes use the autofill to automatically scale and adjust to the fit that you're doing, so it doesn't matter how you scale it. Oh, okay. Cool. I think I'm gonna like this. This is very grid. Like love using Miro and aligning everything, so I think this is gonna be fun for sure. You can stack box and change it to a grid. Let's try that stack box. Because I know we could have chosen stack box at the beginning, which we didn't. I think we chose something else. I think we're on stack box anyway, I think. Alright, so this is the button. We click the button, we get the button events on clicked. Ah, okay. Interesting. What's a really obvious C bar? Hmm. I actually don't know the CVARs for these view modes. I need to go check them because they never work in the build. They're usually in the editor. View mode. Oh, freezing. We're freezing. We're freezing. Never double tap the console command. Oh, Ben, how's your brother doing in the course? What year is he at this point? Oh, okay. Why did I think he was on the course? Interesting. Yeah, he'll be on the 20 credits. Way different to what you were doing. Man, I don't know why Unreal does this. Sometimes it just I think it's this level specifically. I remember it wasn't an issue on the last relight. Like double tapping the console just hangs it for ages. We'll let it think for a minute. Yeah, I never got to teach on it. I set it all up with Dave and stuff and some of the team, but I was out a year before that. It's funny because we obviously I made the lighting module and I go and give talks for that module every year, and it's like, oh, this module exists because I was doing lighting. So cool. All right, we need to close you. You are not liking that. How long ago is it now since you were at uni? Damn, almost 4 years. That's crazy. That's crazy. You a senior? I can't recall. You're a senior, right? 4 years is around the senior mark anyway, at least in my experience. 4 to 5 years. What are you working on? Blueprint. Learning Blueprint, learning visual scripting stuff. And welcome, Cranny. Yeah, dude, that's flown, dude. I still like remember our meetings about your Dark Souls scene, and that was like 4 years ago or however long, right? Damn. Oh yes, okay. So I think I need to move my blueprint out of this scene. So I remember this being an issue. This scene that I lit is just like very unoptimal. Um, I don't know what specifically it is, but it's just a huge scene. So I think we'll move our blueprint out of this scene, probably into a grey scene. We could probably just throw it into this persistent level. What's funny is Ben. So if you look back at your Dark Souls scene now, which is still like really good, like top notch stuff, I'd say. Do you know what you would tackle differently in terms of like the process or like how you'd spend certain time on things and this, that, and the other? Dude, that's so funny. Like all of these. So basically, Ben, like we've got the Patreon Discord, and we've got like 35 people in there, and there's about 7 or 8 people that are very like regular on the voice chat, and they all kind of remind me of you, right? They're always working on their projects, but they're like on the start of their journey. But they're so I'm always like, oh, what would happen if like in 5 years' time they look back at their work and they're all doing massive scenes, like massive cities. What was I doing? Ah, yes, unclicked. Yeah, I kind of figured, Ben, because you were very organized and planned out quite well. Um, hey, that's good to hear, man. It's good to hear. I think what I learned from your scene is I say this to a lot of people now, and a lot of the people on the Discord are going through this, especially Leah, right? Is when you do a project, you've got to expect to remake the same material, prop, or shader 7, 8, 9 times when you're planning out how to do a project. Because it's going to be so much better, but a lot of people plan saying, like, oh, I'm going to make all the assets and it's done. It's like, okay, but imagine that you've got to make some of these assets over and over and over when you're learning because it's going to come out better every time. So that's the main thing I learned from your scene. And what I sort of advise people to do is pick scenes where they can keep making the same stuff over and over to make it like the best it can be. Like I think you're familiar with some of the projects on the Discord, right? Uh, on the streams, like a lot of people are redoing the same assets, which is good. It's got some good resilience. Okay, let's see, because this isn't a traditional CVAR. So take it from the engine. Buffer visualization target. Okay, let's try base color. Compile. If you notice something looks kind of meh, you've made it, and it shows you've grown a ton. Yeah, Discord projects. Ah, nice. So Ben, are you doing a lot of technical stuff now as well? Are you cool. Oh yeah, this is much better. Thank you. I appreciate this. Sets all the viewports of the first found level editor to visualize button movement. Also displays a given buffer. So, okay. Then do I type? I assume I type the CVAR in here, right? The default value. Oh wait, no. I think I'm missing something. Oh, it's going to take the name, I assume. Yeah, okay. That would make sense. Let's give it a try. I've been trying to take our since day one. Yeah, that's what I'm pivoting towards now. It's like on the lighting side, the job's gotten more technical and technical over time. So I'm pivoting a lot towards these things now as well. Hmm. But do I know? I'm gonna guess there isn't a space, but it's doing something. Uh, 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 uh. Hey, nice. Oh, Ben, I want to ask you something as well. Like traditionally, right? We've always had this stuff crop on the side, but I've been researching as well. Like, I want to basically put a bunch of these up here. Have you ever done that? I think it requires you calling like the actual editor UI, but I don't know if you have been able to get buttons up here to use up this dead space with like a shelf Maya style. That's kind of my main goal. Instead of having it cropped on the side with the ribbon. As someone trying to get into industry as environmental artist, what are some important things I should prioritize while I'm working on my environment? Uh, uh, Quite a lot of stuff win class. So showcase modularity, trim sheets, tilables, small projects. At some point, you want to have a prop in there that is like a DIY hammer or something charming to show you can do high quality props and texturing. So a chap I always use as an example is Matt Wilshaw. So uh, he has this, right. You want at least one of these, like not a spanner, but something that has like wood, paint, maybe leather, metal, to go with your modular stuff because it shows you can like do really nice storytelling on assets. And then you have your typical sort of modular stuff, trim stuff, shade stuff. Um, but having one of these is a good string to your bow to go along with it. We'll get back to my. Yeah, me getting used to like how to move this stuff. I think you said it was due to the type of table I was using, but I kind of like, yeah, just imagine I could move this up, then move this below it. Size auto. Yeah, I don't think it can be done natively, Ben, because it calls the actual UI of Unreal. But yeah, that's going to be something I look into. Because the side menu is good, but sometimes I'm used to have that closed and just work in the viewport and the right one. No worry, Winkler. Thanks for coming by. I don't know what the proper naming conventions are for this, but we'll. But but base color. But roughness only. Yeah, it's like I can't move anything. It's automatically putting it next to it. Or maybe this is the way it works, and I have to just get used to using the padding and stuff like that, which is probably the way to do it, right? On your button, change the size to fill. And then right click the button and click wrap with a horizontal or vertical box. Oh boy, look at that. These things. Yeah, this designing this will probably be the largest learning curve. Designing the buttons, not not calling the CVARs. That's gonna be the longest one. It's all good though. I'll make it messy for now, and we'll just link the CVARs, and I can look at a proper tutorial for like how someone lays this out. Making some Minesweeper ass looking. Uh, so that's base color. That's base color. Ah, we need to change the yeah. Yeah, I imagine, yeah. Yeah, no, I need to get it inside that bar. That will be probably be the fun one. Hey, Vakaloka, how you doing? Cool coincidence. I'm also learning. Hey, are you also trying to figure out how to like more so design the buttons than to set up the logic? Oh my god. We got two buttons. They work. I mean, they're like very abstract, but Man, Jesus. It's gonna be interesting. It's like, bro, I just want you at the top. Yeah, yeah, exactly, Becca. Bro, I just want you at the top. Just let me drag you up here. Dude, this is like the editor utility crew. Cannot copy and paste. Fair enough. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's in here. Yeah, but I was thinking of making a button that says "Don't press this," and it just closes Unreal. Like all the other buttons would be like very good and useful, right? But I have a red button that says "Don't press this," and it closes Unreal. I'll teach him a lesson. What power is he gaining? Sadistic. Print you some images. Okay, I'll give that a practice too. I think I get it. Just gonna take a bit of practice. Oh, automatically submits. Yeah, I'm gonna send my tools to like people on Discord, mainly Leah, and be like, "Can you test this out?" Oh man, there's a lot of things here. Oof. Oh, fucking god, it's starting to look like a thing. What's going on here? Probably guessing that wants to be in here. I've been trying to subscribe to your Patreon, but I don't know. Patreon's a little bit weird, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I haven't used it a few months. I've had all sorts of weird things happen. Like people, like having issues with the shop. One person was able to get on without paying anything because they cancelled the payment. It's been very strange. If you ever want to work something out, just send me a message, right? If you want to, have access to the Patreon, we could always sort something out. If you just want to join for a month, you can send over, the 1 month's worth or a few months. It's up to you, right? But we can always casually work something out. Oh wow, very strange. Dude, I should send this to Javert and be like, bro, this is how you do utility editor widgets. You can't compare to this 2-button albedo roughness. Get on my level. Yeah, delete Easy Fog. Hell, dude, this add-on. Oh my god, I love this add-on, but it's like most add-ons that are visually amazing. They're just they're very special in production. That's all I'll say. God, that brings back some memories. Okay, I can see how he's made this. Yeah, lots of just cleaning it all up. Fair enough. Mine's more complex, Leon. Look, do you agree? Oh yeah. Node City. Hey Mateus, welcome to the stream. How you doing? I'm good. How you doing? How's your Thursday going? What else do I do? Is there like a separator? Like a separator line? Or is it using a horizontal box? Oh, there's a border. A border is a one which is I think that might be what I'm looking for. What is going on? I'm playing fucking Jenga. Spacer. Okay. Spacer. A spacer widget does not have visual, just provides padding. Oh boy. Yeah. This I can see it coming together. It's just yeah, knowing which boxes to use and being able to drag stuff into a second category. Let's try this. Change the size and move it up. It kind of goes there, then it snaps back. It's like, oh, I could give you this as a different category, but nah, bro. Nah, not today. What's this do? Oh, that's the font. Fair enough. This has been your virtual box. Yeah, right now my technique is to button bash and boxes and see what the logic is. You are a brave man doing this, Elliot Ness. There he is. The cowboy hat legend himself, Juan. The master of disaster. The tea drinking supreme. How are we doing? I see. So this isn't just an outliner. This is actually a okay. Now that makes a lot more sense. This is actually a hierarchy visual with a visual effect. Okay, okay. Now it makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot. I thought this was just an outliner, like Maya. Ah, okay, that's good. That's good. Hey, crypto, good to see you again. How you doing? Not too bad. How you doing? All right. So if we want to split this in half, we have one vertical box and a spacer. Does that mean we need two vertical boxes? So maybe something like, I think if this is a hierarchy view, because we're splitting it in half down the middle. We are making blueprints and tools and learning blueprints and widgets. We'll be returning back to environment art streams from June. We can start to cycle back now into environment art in a few weeks. So if I want global DF and mesh DF to be side by side, I've got two verticals. I'd want global DF in the left column and mesh DF in the right. If I wanted to have, so I need a horizontal box if I don't want to have albedo and roughness side by side. Okay, it's like learning HTML again. It's all scuffed, but it's getting there. No, let's just get rid of YouTube for now because so I can't. So if I, huh, okay, so I can't do this. Have it as two columns. They need to live in a horizontal box together. Yeah, I can see it messing up already. Even though it looks fine here, I guess it needs to be in that box, right? Get the padding right on these, and then we can try a horizontal box. So is this not a recommended way to do it then, Ben? Because I've got these two side by side, but it's using two vertical boxes. Cool. I will have a look at that as well, Ben. After the stream, thank you. And I'm assuming there's more advanced techniques later on to make this scale with the width of the ribbon. Yeah, funnily enough, like hooking up the logic is actually going to be the easier part. It's the learning to lay this stuff out is the learning curve, which is fun. Yeah, the visual scripting is pretty cool. Makes it a bit accessible to figure out. They should scale. Okay. Is your main table set to fill? It's on auto. If you're about the main one, yeah. Okay, yeah, okay. So Phil looks like it's the gateway into that. Should I set them all to Phil? Or is that, and then just work it out, or yeah, yeah. Cool, cool. It do be like that. It do be like that. I've got music on, but I mute it because last time I put music on, I had like 30 copyright strikes on one stream, and the music I was playing was apparently royalty copyright free. Well, that was a lie. Shit weren't free at all. Tell you that. That shit was not free. Yeah, cheers, man. Thanks for popping by and helping. Good to see you again. Take care. Yeah, for sure, Mantic. Yeah. Leo volunteered to help us out with the music. No, dude, Leo would send me Dark Souls music. I would be copyright striked so quick. I know exactly what would happen. Oh, I'm hitting the wrong button. Rip. Ah, that's not border thickness. We'll have to figure that out. It's like one tiny ball. Oh. She's out of control. Can't stop, won't stop. Ba, ba, da, ba. How did they get depth of field to look so well in Blur Studios and real? That's a random question. I have no idea. Maybe maybe it's movie render queue, right? Using really high settings. Could also have custom tooling as well. So, well, man, these are just chill streams. I'm vibing to synthwave anyway, so you probably don't hear it because I've got it muted for copyright. If you like to just watch, that's fine with me. But yeah, secret level's really good. But yeah, they're probably using movie render queue with super high MRQ settings for sure. Ugh. Focal length also affects depth of field. So depending on the lens they use, they would have a certain focal length on what they were doing. Rightio. So we've mostly finished our other blueprint, which is the light. Pretty much got the settings it needs. And we have some buttons which we need to figure out how to align properly, clean up. Linking it to logic is actually going to be the easier one, like Ben said. And then ideally find a way to get it up here in C++, which I do not intend to learn, but if we can find some way to get it in this bar, that'll be cool. So, yeah. That being said, let's hop over to the Patreon public call. And do some Patreon updates, see who is updating the scene, what they want to show off. Dude, look at him. I can see him. He's in there already. He's so fast. Speedy boy. He's already in the call. I should just remove you and then join first and say I came first. Look who it is. Bro, you joined the call before me. You should put you on the stream. Yeah. Cool. So yeah, let us know what you've been up to this week. Yeah. Okay. The rallied roof. Oh, I'm going to sorry, 1 second. I need to unmute my audio. And turn off the music. Because that's when they'll come for me. Copyright strike, mate. Okay, you can carry on. So yeah, you're saying that you redid the roof from last week because it was taking up too much attention from what you were trying.
Yeah. I was kind of losing the feel of a ramen shop, and I think it was getting more inclined towards a shrine or a temple looking thing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's one thing. The other one was making a RGB mask for this week for the shop to add some dirt, grime, scratches, etc. I
This is
remember you gave me a feedback where I should be adding more. Like the mask should also cover the cavities and those high contact areas of the metal bars and wood.
yeah.
So I redid my RGB mask. So it's all on the meter board, by the way.
Cool.
So, yeah, we can continue watching that after this video. Also, can you stream here on the Discord so that there's a delay.
You see it?
Just a second. Yes.
Wait, what happened to your board? I didn't even see anything.
Wait, I did the thing where set current for you as a start. I don't know if it's
Did you just delete your view?
no, I didn't delete it. Wait. I just sent a new one.
His board's gone. What have you done? Oh wait. I see your name. Oh yeah, you started me like in a different country on your board. Like
No, I did this thing, set current for your start. I don't know why it
you
isn't
set it all
working
the way in the
anyways.
corner. So you've gone back to the rounded
Yes.
wood roof. You're working on the roughness and the RGB mask currently.
Yes. Uh-huh. Week 8 it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, material definition is getting better week by week.
Yeah. It's still not up to the mark, but yes.
Yeah, you can see it in your
Scaling
buffer
here.
view, right? Like you can tell that these are like all separate pieces with separate textures or trims. So that's why I was
Hmm.
saying to you in the RGB map, that's your chance to link the cavities and AO together that aren't linked together because they're on separate textures. So that'll be the main purpose of the RGB mask here. You'll be able to get some stuff
Yeah.
on the ground as well, like slightly kind of popping up and in between
Hmm.
all the, even like, yeah, depending how much you put on, even like little things around, you know, like around
Yes.
here. Just basically all the intersections essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Should be good. Yeah, I mean the material definition is looking good for this. This sort of leak decal is very mathematic, so you want to try and use it a bit more sparingly
Yes. Okay.
because it's just like a heartbeat, heartbeat sensor
Mm.
um, as well. But
Okay.
cool, yeah, that's gonna look good with the intersection dust there. But you already know that you're working on that. And then this is the RGB mask you're
Yeah,
working
already
on.
worked. Yeah, that's the second iteration with the contact details and everything.
Yeah.
Yep. I still need to implement that because I'm redoing my master material as well because I realized that my draw calls were increasing a lot. So I also made a color ID map for this purpose to just make a single material ID for the base structure and then divide everything up based on like everything will be altered based on this color ID map.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks a
So
bit weird. It looks like not soft enough. Not seeing like any soft
okay,
shadowing in here.
okay, gotcha. Oh,
Um,
I'll fix it.
then I don't know what's happening. What's like going on here? This like stretched or
Yeah, I need to fix this as well. That's why I like wrote it here. Like it's too much going on in the damage section.
yeah, I think it's the scale of the detail as well, like what's causing these massive pieces of dirt,
Mm,
sort of thing.
mm, okay.
Um, but yeah, this one is looking the closest one. But how are you making these masks? Are you using mask generators or what's
Mm,
your
I'm not over relying on the mass generator. I just do it. Uh, the final pass I gave is the thing, stencil brush to paint over all those dirt and damages to get a bit to get a more control on the masks. So those cavities, yes, those are generated uh by the generator,
Mm,
but then I mask out some of them using the stencil.
yeah.
So yeah, stencil my stencil brush is like a dirt texture, like a ground up dirt texture. That's what I use to mask it up. I think I also need to tone down the intensity of my leaks in the blue channel. Now that I'm noticing it, maybe it's too much.
Yeah, try and
Fine.
gradient it out. Um,
Okay.
I think with the masks, like the masks are they're too like even though some of them are painted, they're still too like they're like tiling, whereas the RGB mask is unique, so it should have a bit more unique detail. And I think
Mm,
if you look into what's it called? It's on the where you can use like a photograph to stamp on the details. I think that's going to be a pass that you can do to bring stuff back into its storytelling state. Um, there's a few on ArtStation Learning which I think is free, but the technique I'm talking about, I remember seeing in where is it this video recently? Was it
it's
this
like they
one?
take a black and white picture and then paint over it.
Yeah, I think it was in this one. But yeah, I guess imperfections. That's a good way to call it.
I think what you're talking about is the stencil pass that I did for the dirt and leaks.
Yeah, I think you just need
I
a
just
better texture selection.
adjust it. Yes.
What it was in this video where he had it, but it's not. There's some on ArtStation Learning, like there's Rick Greaves knife tutorial. There's the hand
Okay.
drill from I forgot his name, but he does like a DIY hand drill.
Mm.
But yeah, you need that because at the moment they are just kind of like very mask based. They're just kind of overlaid. This one has the
Okay.
most sort of intersection dirt because you've got the dirt showing in the cavity, which is
Mm-hmm.
good. But it's still like you can tell like it's a smudge brush just going over everything, right? So you need more organic detail in your masks, which is using the stencil overlay but with the right textures.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
Let me see if I can find it. Rick Grieve. Yeah. Let's see. Tutorial. I definitely know he's got it on here. I think ArtStation Learning is still free.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
no.
I've watched this one actually. I just realized.
Oh, maybe he took it off. Or maybe he never had it on ArtStation Learning. I'm pretty sure he did. But
No, it is. It is in the ArtStation. I've watched it. The knife one, right? Where, yeah, it's the stencil pass that you're talking about. Then, yeah.
yeah, it's just the texture selection.
Mm-hmm.
The texture selection for it needs to be. You can get some good ones off Megascans and just paint them on manually as well. You should be good. But I'll find the image for you after the stream.
Okay, gotcha.
Because there's a good video example of it. But yes, you need that because you need stuff. You want some stuff like popping up in bits and pieces here. You need like high detail.
Mm.
Everything's kind of scale. The scale of the texture is just too low res, which is not to do with the UVs, more to do with like the scale you're putting in the textures at.
Okay.
But you got the right workflow with the masks. It's just the detail of the masks is what's going to take you a few attempts to do.
Yeah. And then, yeah, this was the UV alignment that was kind of messed up, which I fixed. And I also did some UV stitching for some of my UV eyelines that weren't seamless.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, this looks
So
cool.
yeah.
Yeah, it's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Start adding in some model detail as well.
Okay.
Start chipping away. You can go from here up to here, down to here. Just model, storytelling pass, right? Start denting in some of the verts here and there, and all that jazz.
Okay. And yeah, over here I also fixed where the word paint was also being applied to the smaller props utensils. So yeah, fix that as well.
Ah, yeah, I see.
This is an old picture, by the way, so that's why. Oh no, never mind. Yeah, I have a new one here. So I just undo the whole masking that was going for the inside as well.
Yeah, this is reading a lot better now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, same sort of thing as well. Just when you start getting to it, just start adding some slight warble and dents. If they've been
Yes.
cooking on here, there's going to be like all sorts of madness going on. All the madness.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I did for this week. For the next week, I want to like build upon the assets, like kind of like what you just told me, adding some dents and stuff.
Yeah.
Also wanted to add some more storytelling props for this shop. Like for example, I don't have any wires for my neon signage. Like there's no
Yeah, how it plugs
electricity
in.
connection for
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah,
that
the base wood
and
for it is good. RGB mask you'll
Mhm.
be doing work on, and then obviously the modeling detail here. But yeah, it's coming on really well. And what was you saying before?
No, just like I need to again like complete the master material with the color ID implementation for next week. That's
Yeah.
yeah. I'm also going to add some color ID mask for the lights as well because right now they're using 4 material slots, which shouldn't be happening. So yeah, that's on my to-do list for next week.
Cool, cool. So, so that's your RGB unwrap. Okay, fair enough.
Hmm.
Yeah, cool, cool. Nice. Yeah, good stuff, man. Good stuff. I think it's just going to be materials for a few weeks. Constantly
Yeah,
reiterating on the materials over and over.
yeah.
Getting these masks to be all the same scale, so they're relative
Hmm.
to each other. One isn't blurry, one
Yeah,
isn't this.
yeah.
And getting more detail in it. So more pixel detail, which is the less manual painting you do, the better. So if you can, for
Mm.
example, paint in detail from a mask from real
Hmm.
life, even if you grabbed like a dirt texture on the wall and just made it black and white and painted it
Yeah,
in, it's going to look a lot better than just using the smudge brush on this stuff.
yeah. It's not a brush actually. It's actually it's actually a stencil pass, but I just need to fix the tiling on that. That's it.
Well, the stencil probably isn't. I don't know. The stencil doesn't look like it's got like good information in. At least on this one, it looks kind of blurry and stuff. So it
Mm.
could be down to the actual textures you're using. So, but usually Megascans is a good one, or real life as well. Like actually taking reference from online and turning it black and white. You can get the most unintended stencils from just reference photography as well.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll find a few examples of that and put it into the chat later on. But yeah, I've seen it on those tutorials. I think that's probably the best way to approach it.
Oh, okay. Mm.
But cool, cool. Like the roof one is actually coming on a bit better for that. But
Yeah.
also, I don't know if, for example, if we would, with the roof being so sort of big, if you would be
Mm.
able to achieve this with, vertex painting or a separate RGB mask. It's quite a large surface. It doesn't have much on it. It's just like the surface on its own, right? So you're doing the RGB
Yeah.
map mainly for variation, not for actual mesh maps.
No, actually, the roof also has enough vertices to have the vertex paint, and it's using the same wood textures as well. So,
Yeah,
like
I
three
know. That's what I'm
texture set
saying.
that
I'm
I made.
saying I don't know if it needs an RGB mask if you have the verts
Oh,
available.
okay. Uh, right. I mean, I also have a position mask, by the way, for the alpha channel in the color ID map, which can be utilized for adding a world space dirt texture. So
Yeah, that'd be
yeah,
good for the
we have to
floor, I
test it
think.
out. Yeah.
Because if you're adding like a big dynamic one, you could just use a shader for it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But yeah, stencils. Just keep looking at reference for it, and keep grabbing as many stencils as you can for what you want to be doing with it.
Mm.
The damage one is going to be the main one. Like if the dust one should be quite subtle. This might be too much even for dust, but for the damage
Mm-hmm.
one, this one is the one where you want to almost offer it like a hero asset and sort of paint it
Okay.
in across have each surface be unique.
All right.
I think
All
that will
right.
be the key. Because I'm going to assume that these metal things are because these are blocks of separate wood. that's been put in and sort of linked together, which means each one would have its own. You wouldn't have like the damage carrying across like all at once because these metal things are in the way. So if these metal things are in the way, I'd expect the damage to be localized to each
And
wooden,
bleeding onto the wood.
each section.
Okay.
So yeah, it's just making it, making sure that sort of stuff is, makes sense from a storytelling point of
Yeah.
view. Like it wouldn't go all the way across the planks. It'd be unique.
Yeah, I had that moment of realization when I was working on these masks that not just the mask, but even the textures that I'll be using for the word paint should also go hand in hand with all these details.
Yeah, with the vert
And
paint, it's going to be more of a like generic, because
yeah,
it's just a height map. But the
mhm,
RGB, that's where it's like you can go to town, right? You can really go to town on that,
yes,
with
that's
what
right.
you're going to be doing. But cool, no, like I say,
Mm,
it's good progress, good first pass on the RGB map. It's just because you've got all the shaders set up now for it. It's just a case of
yeah, I just need
just
to
doing it
accompany the
over. Yeah,
color ID
you need to
for
do
the
like
shader.
I expect just you remake this like 5-6 times, right? And then on the sixth one, it's going to be a lot closer to what we want.
Yes.
But cool, yeah.
Mm,
Keep iterating. Good stuff.
thank you, thank you.
I'll have a look at that stuff for you.
Right,
Find it.
thanks.
But yeah, good stuff, man.
I will send in the next patient.
Next
See
patient.
ya.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. Yeah, I think that guy removed his knife from ArtStation Learning. I can't find it anywhere.
Oh,
He sold out.
too popular.
Although the hand drill is on
Well,
there. The hand drill is like, yeah, this was the stuff I was going to show V. Like you can just literally grab like photos from online and make them black and white, and
mm,
like you're just grabbing stuff like this, right? And it's quite literally
yeah.
using real life as a stencil, like, and the detail you get is just so unique. That's why you can't beat it, right? So that's why I'm imagining he'll have like a big black and white map on top of his wood table that he can paint in, and it's automatically going to look organic, you know.
Mm,
And the
yeah.
same for you as well when you start to do props with the wood. It's just better to grab
Mm.
a bunch of these photos or some good Megascan black and white packs. Just
Yeah.
turn them black and white if they aren't, and just contrast them up, and then use that as your stencil.
Exactly. Yeah, what is it? I used to do it for a Viking shield at some point. It's really cool, the technique.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that will be the key. I'll put this on his mirror. How are you getting on?
Oh yeah. I guess I would say quite productive. Basically, yeah, I did a bunch of stuff this week. Gonna do a bunch more next week. Yeah.
Cool. So,
Yeah.
we don't have a video this week. Flow broken.
Wait, what? We do have a video.
Do we?
We do.
I don't see it in your
We
thread.
should have a video.
I just
Yeah,
see.
how about level week 20?
Oh, it's because it's yesterday you posted it. Okay.
Oh, yesterday? No.
Oh no, it's Mark. It's Mark's fault. He's spamming in the chat, so I thought it was old.
Spamming it.
Rightio. So you've been working on the docks. What iteration? How many iterations of the docks? Well, you've done the doors as well, but
Too many.
what's the dock area? What iteration is the dock area on?
Oh God. Let me check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14th iteration.
Yeah, certainly shows. Certainly shows.
Yeah. So basically this week, yeah,
Oh,
I
cats.
implemented the feedback.
Yeah.
Yep. Most important part. And I basically added a material function for puddles, which worked out really, really well. It brings up like a much more immersiveness to it. As well as I did a decal pass, to break up the homogeny, basically.
Cool,
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
docks
then
looking really cool.
obviously,
It's got some. I know it was a few days ago. We were talking about how they were all the same color and they kind of looked like steak, weirdly, and now now they don't look like steak anymore. You've got like the subtle variation in value that separates the vertical boards from the horizontal. You got the moss. You got the hay. You just got to work on the clipping a bit. Like you can see things clipping into
yeah.
other things. And obviously the decals stretching on the corners. You got to work on that. But that's
Yeah,
polished. That's
exactly,
minor
exactly.
polish. Like I think it's a good enough state to carry on working on the other areas you're doing.
Yeah.
You say you're gonna make the cat breathe as well.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna make another scan of my cat, annoy her a little bit, and then yeah, basically, what is it? Make a low poly, bake the textures from the scan onto the low one, and then basically world position offset it up so that she can breathe.
Coolio. Good. And you've got these props you've been working on recently, I take it, or?
Yeah, that was basically for like the values award to dog. And so I was just fixing the albedos. Yeah. The crates are also rework, yeah, so like a few weeks ago they were way too dark, so basically completely redone them.
Yeah, it looks much better. I think with the weave basket, it probably looks a bit too cartoony compared to the other assets. So
Agree, yeah.
I think it's the gradient. I think either the scale or the gradient is just like maybe it's the normals. It might be the normals. But it's got that sort of it looks a bit different to it. So have a look at that. Be good. So look at your mirror.
Agree.
So yeah, so this is what it was looking like before, where it was like all sort of like the same color and it was kind of blending into one from a value perspective. And then you've obviously gone and oh god, I'm so lost. Where are we going? Look at this smug cat. I am high up and smug.
Yes. Smug cat.
That's got quite a lot of before and afters here. Yeah, exactly right. So it's like I know you made like some of these planks like 20% darker and 20% lighter to just separate the layers, and it's come out quite well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So we're making the door. Have you seen the Danny Carlone sculpted tutorial picture by any chance? I think that'd be good for those.
Gotcha.
It's a very infamous.
Yeah, gotcha. No, I can definitely implement that. Yeah.
It's a classic image. This one. Have you seen? Have you seen this one before?
Let's take a look.
Oh,
yeah.
Friggin' potato. But yeah, basically, the full res version of that, because he has like how he sculpted the metal. Because metal's a good opportunity to do some like warbling on and just mess up the edges. And this one, this is it actually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, see, so he's just like adding like the little warbling with the clay brush.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. All right.
You don't need the wood one because you've done the wood one, but he's got stuff about like the rocks and how to do sharp edges without sub D. So I'll put that in your
Right. Yeah.
board. It's a lot of stuff you're doing already, so just more techniques basically. So that's
Yeah,
up in
heck yeah.
left corner. Yeah.
Gotcha. Cool. Thanks.
Yeah. Oh yeah, God, you're learning everything, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, hey, if you remember the first stream, but you did, I was in the comments and I was saying that I wanted to learn Houdini. So here I am.
Yeah, I know you're going to learn the mesh tiler with this as well and simulate it and make a tiling texture, which is a much better way than doing it in Designer anyway. So that's going to be cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, very cool.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know you're working on these anyway, so.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, yeah, one thing that I definitely want to do for the next week, I got some feedback from some other artists as well, and they looked at the overall composition, and so they basically remarked that the wall material here, for example, like the bricks are way too tiny in comparison to, for example, those bigger pillars here, right? So it's like I wanna make one of those, another brick material basically that blends in better with the tower, right?
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Got to come up with something for this area as well.
Yeah.
Where geometry meets other geometry. Got to buffer that a bit more smoothly.
Yeah. Agree. Yeah, I can definitely look into something. I'll find a way.
Find a way.
I shall find the way. Yeah.
Doors looking pretty good. Do you have the sculpt for it, or?
Yeah, but let's see. I can grab it. Give me a second.
It's hard to tell because the light is like, it's like the light is on top. You have no light hitting it, so. Every time you take a shot with a lighting at 90 degrees, a lighting artist dies.
Oh no. All right, I shall fix that, okay? Next week you will have a picture.
But yeah, from what I can see here, looks pretty solid. I mean, obviously you can RGB mask this with the. I would RGB mask it with the arch around it, so that you can get like some intersection dirt and stuff like that. Because like one of the big major points of RGB mask is that you tie it into other assets. So having that with some other assets would be good. Because like even for like, if you do some down dirt here, yeah, you could do an RGB for it, but you could also do it in a shader, like what the stuff Finn was showing you a few weeks ago, where you just use the the red channel or whatever, and you put a mask into it.
Yeah.
But yeah, cool. Albedos look pretty good for the most part. Yeah, I mean, you check. I know that you know how to check the sRGB anyway in Designer, so
yeah.
as long as they're in those good values, you should be good. Yeah, I think really it's just the intersection of geometry and keep getting more variation in terms of like what we can get to break up the brown down the line, right? The
I'm not
moss
sure.
helps a little bit. Lighting might help because then you got a
Mhm.
lamp. You could put some more lamps across here, and because it's overcast, you could have a little bit of response from that. It's putting some yellow in, so there are a
Yeah.
lot of opportunities for that as well. But
Yeah. Gotcha.
wood planks, 140 sRGB. So your door planks here are 140 sRGB, right? Or around 140.
Mm-hmm. Around, yeah, exactly, yeah. Yeah, and obviously both are variations. So some are not 139, right? Some are lower in value. Might have to tweak that, yeah. Angry cat.
Oh, really cool. How are you going to solve the decal stretching?
I wanted to see if I can, go more in depth with materials so that it basically gets projected onto the top and not onto the sides, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I remember that there are some videos on YouTube where they basically talk about like a material setup that utilizes that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Are you doing any vertex painting here? Or is it just decals at the moment?
It's just decals at the moment, yeah. I haven't touched vertex painting yet.
Yeah, I think the only problem you have with the decals is like you can see in areas where it's just on top, like perfectly.
Yeah.
Whereas if it's vertex painting, you can have the moss and you can have like indications of the wood underneath with the height mask. So,
Gotcha.
but you can
I
also do
mean,
a little bit of
yeah.
this with world space materials and a mask. It just looks like yeah, I don't know what it is. Just looks very sort of like it's on top as like a binary 0 and 1, and
Mm,
there's like no in between indications of the wood or the planks
true.
underneath, right? So
Yeah.
that will be
I mean, A.
key.
Mhm. I mean, A, if you say that vertex painting would be a better option for that, right? And you would get more subtle variation, etc., then vertex painting it is.
Yeah, I think so.
Mhm.
Maybe both, right? Maybe vertex painting and world space materials. Because the vert painting
Mhm.
is you can't get that sort of in between detail with the decals of moss like this.
Mhm.
There's also like moss card workflows, which is a bit more advanced, but I know they started doing that on like a super old school. There's a game that did it recently, but the game that started doing it was Rise. I'm not sure if you remember Rise. It was done by
Sons of Rome.
by Crytek, and they had the infamous
Yeah.
sort of pioneer for the moss technique that was actually geometry. Yeah, like this sort of stuff.
Oh, that's so
So
cool. Heck yeah.
maybe using this with the fuzzy shading that we spoke about,
Mm-hmm.
and pixel depth offset would. You basically got a few methods, right? You can try vert painting, try world space, try the geometry method with fuzzy shading. But I
I
know
think I would
that
like
the
to
the Rise
do the
workflow
geometry.
visually is the one that looks the best in my opinion.
Yeah. All right, then the Rise geometry way it is then. That sounds really cool, yeah.
It's pretty old school, but it looks great, and there's quite a few tutorials on there. You just
Mhm.
essentially use the geometry, and you can sort of set a pixel depth offset on the edges and all that sort of jazz.
Gotcha.
But I say it could be a
That's cool.
combination, right? Maybe you have that, and then you have the vertex painting using the same moss tiling texture, and you're
Mhm.
doing moss 2 or 3 different ways on the same planks for like different levels of detail, right?
Yeah.
But I don't think
Ooh,
decal is the
yes.
way. Because I don't think decal is the way because moss is quite a significant state change. So it'd be like if you wanted to scale up the moss across your whole level, you can't go putting tons of decals in your level. It's going to be really unoptimal. So when something is as dramatic as a state change, you kind of want a level wide approach for that. So vertex painting, world space shaders, and the mesh trick are all pretty good ones for that.
All right.
So yeah, I'd probably say get rid of the decals and re-inject this into a tiling texture, and then look into world space shaders, and then look into world space is triplanar basically. Look into that, and then look into mesh. I think it's going to be a combination of the world space shader and the mesh, because the world space shader will put the moss on, the y-axis or z-axis if you're from, I guess, if in Unreal or whatever. It will start putting it on the tops of everything, and then the mesh cards you can offer those in specific areas to build up moss on areas. So it'll be like a two-pronged attack, basically.
Sounds great. Two-pronged attack it is,
Two-pronged
then.
attack.
Huzzah.
But yeah, it's looking really cool. So really good job. Both you and V are doing really well.
Hehe.
Keep it up. Have you got any questions or anything like that?
Nope, no questions. Thank you very much. We have angry cats today. My God.
Cool. But yeah, I know we'll keep it up to date in the Discord anyway. You're always on the voice chat. So yeah, good stuff. Keep it up.
Thank you, thank you. All right. See ya.
Please.
Bye-bye.
Right, yeah, we are. Oh, wow, we really do run over time on these things. We really do run over time. Rightio. Cheers, folks. Like I say, we'll be returning to environment art in June. As usual, we've got some master talks coming up for the Patreon. For environment artists from different studios and a photogrammetry artist. That's coming up in the next few weeks. If you want to work on a project and be on voice chat a lot or just be in an active community, the Discord is the place to be. Other than that, you can always check in here on the streams. Good to see the regulars. I'm going to head off